stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon, everybody. I know I click loud. I click with authority. Will do as I command. Well, Ingrid, it's good to see you. I think you got that quick. Let's put a little sunshine in this, shall we? There we go. Put some sunshine in here. Oh, I slept. Wait. Give me 1 second. I gotta set everything up, make sure everything's right. Okay, that's good. And I gotta change. Okay, no, that's fine. I gotta turn one thing off or we might get some very bad sounds that you do not want to hear. Feedback, that's what it's called, feedback. So, you got all this stuff going on. A lot of electronics. I don't necessarily have a reading for today, but it seemed like freedom in recovery kind of fit a good topic. I was going to do drama, but, you know, and all these books, I can't seem to find a right topic for today. So I figured freedom fit. What is freedom? You guys know me. It's not going to be your regular talk, most likely. I have a lot to say on freedom. So not anticipating too many people today. It is 4th of July. I am canceling the 6:30. I should probably put that up, considering it's less than 2 hours away. Actually, if I don't announce it at all, nobody will show up. So, all right. I do need to let Laura know. Okay. All right. We're at that 3-minute mark. So we're going to do the captions. We're going to get started. We're going to talk about freedom in recovery. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching live or the rewatch. So, you know, when we are we free people when we come into the program? It depends on what sense you're talking about. To me, freedom is kind of like time. Okay, where people kind of see it differently. Okay. Where I might conceive freedom as something, you may conceive it differently because your freedoms to you are different. Your needs are different. You're a different person than I am. So your freedoms what you think freedom is probably different than mine. And that's perfectly okay. I think the first thing I'd like to say about freedom is that if you talk to any vet, they will tell you that they fought for everybody's freedom. Everybody's freedom. That includes the people that do not like guns. It includes the people that don't appreciate wars. It includes the people that celebrate 4th of July, even though they don't really truly believe in America, according to other people. That's your freedom. That's your freedom. Your freedom of speech. I have freedom of speech. I can come on here. This is mine. This is my arena. Okay. But if I come on here and blast things and do this and do that, people really aren't going to want to listen, right? If I'm just constantly laying down my opinion, you know. Well, I it wouldn't be the same. Let's put it that way. Hi, Patricia. It's good to see you. So, if we're talking about recovery and our freedoms, of course, obviously the first freedom that we're going to have is that alleviation, right? The alleviation of the obsession. I've got to go blow my nose. I'm sorry. All right. I just didn't feel like sniffling the whole time. So, the joys of being a smoker. We talk about freedoms in the big book quite a lot, except that we don't really talk about what freedom is. Probably because it's going to be different. For me, when I was young, people had decided that it was better if I was in a locked facility. That was taking away my freedom. And that's probably the hardest part, right? Because some people will tell you, well, freedom's a state of mind. Well, I'm locked in jail. I'm not really free. Now, I didn't react the same way when I had done something wrong, when I had actually done something. The thing is it was taken away. So you can see how my freedom may be different from yours, my thought of freedom. All right. So our freedoms in recovery become different. What we have is a new peace, a new freedom. And that freedom is that we can go anywhere in this world and be who we are. That's the freedom for me. Okay? That was my other freedom, is I never really felt growing up or who I was, that I was free to be who I was. And there's a lot of people in the country, in the United States, that do not feel okay being who they are. And that's just not right. Okay? I have a very large family. I have 8 brothers and sisters. There's a lot of there's fathers and mothers, intermingled, cousins. I probably got well over 100 cousins. I have over 30 aunts and uncles, easy. And they don't like each other. None of them get along. None of them. Or they have their little cliques. There wasn't freedom there either. I wasn't free to be who I wanted. And when little boys feel like they're being slighted like that, they start to get angry. Right? What other freedoms are we going to get in the program? Well, I have to say that my biggest freedom now is when I wake up in the morning, I have a choice. I have a choice on whether I'm going to have a good attitude for that day or a bad attitude. Now, today I was a little miffed because I got up way too freaking late. I'm a little upset with myself. Right? Now, should I let that allow me to have a bad day? No. Nah. It still happened. I can't change it. I can't unsleep it. What bothers me is why it's happening. It shouldn't be happening at all. So, I'm turning on a light. Just gets up and walks away. I think maybe I'm too comfortable doing it. It was just too dark in here, and it's dreary, and get some light in here and brighten it up. I felt like I was in a dark hole there. Like I feel like I was podcasting from like a cave, All right. A Day at a Time does have a lot of what we're talking about, so I'm going to go to it so we can get a little bit more out of this. And this fits right with it. Fits right with it. It's time for me to start being responsible for my own actions. It's time for me to be willing to take some chances. Well, I'm not going to apologize. You're welcome. That's not the appropriate answer either. Bummer. There you go. There you go. Yeah, so I got up and I was way too late for my 3:00 meeting. So I hopped on at 4 at the end of the meeting and and acted like I had been there the whole time. I'm muted. I'm like, great meeting. And everybody's laughing at me. And they gave me a hard time, and it felt kind of nice. Emma goes, "Oh, Jesus is up." Oh, I deserved it. Okay. When I came into the program, there's no way I would have been able to take those jokes. I'm going to tell you something. I'm a sensitive dude. I'm very sensitive. I used to allow my feelings to be hurt easily. Oh my gosh, did I allow it? I did. It gave me a good reason to be who I was. Yeah. I would let people abuse me. I would create my own damn problems so I could be in a bad mood, so that I could drink, so that I could manipulate. It doesn't sound very free to me, does it? Sorry, my coffee has way too much sugar in it. Now I don't like the taste in my mouth. Told you I'm sensitive. I am. You poked me the wrong way. I might run away crying. I might. If my new life in the program is valid and bright as I truly believe, then surely it can stand the test of exposure to real life situations and problems. You got to get yourself out there. You got to take some chances. You cannot sit in a bubble, safe and protected. It won't work. You'll just bounce around. You're in a bubble. Right? You just bounce around. Nothing will get accomplished. Right? You got to build up that courage and put yourself out there. For some of us, that could be really, really hard. It was really hard for me to do. Didn't used to be. But I had to relearn how to do it. I had to relearn. Well, Dion, you hardly ever leave the house. You're sitting here with me. I make a very big effect. I do what I can. I understand my limitations, right? But sometimes I go outside of those limitations and take risks. I love it when you guys are a step ahead of me and those pop up right before. That's perfect. I love that. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do. I'm going to tell you why. Well, for me anyway. Because I had a fear that somebody was going to step on my toes. Now, let's think about that. Is it really so bad? Is it really so horrible that your toes got stepped on because somebody had an opinion? Is it really? Is it worth the price of your own serenity? Is it worth the price I used to think it was because, well, justice. But really, it was just fucking me up. I wasn't coming to terms. I wasn't being accepting. See, my freedom isn't just about me fighting for my own freedom. We quit fighting. It's also creating areas for other people to have their freedom too. Like this is a safe space. Nobody can really come in here and do anything. Okay? They can say stuff, but how often do you see people pop in here and pull bullshit? It's happened twice in the last 4.5 years. Because we're not trying to make this bigger than what it needs to be. It's Tuesday night. There's 2 people here. Perfect. That's how God wants it. That's how God wants it, man. And if that's how he wants me to continue doing it, then that's how I will do it. Yeah. You know what? That's what trudging together is for. It is for the people with awful social anxiety. That's what we're here for. That's why it was one of the reasons we made the decision that we were going to stay online. We're going to stay online because I don't want you to miss out on something because it happened to be at a location, because people do that to me all the time and it pisses me off. So I'm going to serve those that can't, because that's me. That's me also. I can understand that. Now I can be a part of something, and I have the fellowship that I craved now. And I don't go to that many in-person meetings. I go to some. The thing is I go to those meetings and there's 13 stepping, there's cross-talking, it drives me fucking crazy. I just want to yell at every single one of them. What the fuck are you doing? Okay. All right. And you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Personally, the way I see it, AA gave me everything and didn't ask me for a fucking thing, man. Didn't ask me for shit. So I'm going to give it back the same way without expecting anything. I don't. It's why we don't take money. It won't work. I tried so hard. I'm done trying that. I just want to help people. So I won't be afraid to be human, and if necessary, to sometimes fall on my face in the process of living. Living is what the program is all about, and living entails sharing, accepting, giving, interacting with other people. Okay? And that's where we have our hard time. Unless we put ourselves in a position like this. This is very non-evasive. That's why I chose this route. Your picture's not here. You can give yourself a different name. You can stay Facebook user. You can not say anything, and I will not say anything to you, even though I knew you were there. You can rewatch it, so you don't have to worry about anybody else at all. Right? It was good to have you, Ingrid. Happy 4th. I love you. Thank you for being here. Now is the time for me to put my faith into action. Have I begun to practice what I preach by putting my new thoughts and ideas into action? Ooh. Cart before the horse. That's the cart before the horse. No, you better, you know, it isn't you practice what you preach. You preach what you practice. Backwards. Right? Right? I've begun to practice what I preach. Don't, no. Preach what you practice. Don't preach anything else. Don't practice what you preach. You'll find life more sad. It'll still work either way, but you're going to find life a little more satisfying that way. That's why I tell you that. You're going to get the same result. But if you preach what you practice, then you will go out and intentionally learn and do it first so that you have the experience so that when you do tell somebody, they understand. Right? May the program, with God's help, give me a chance to live a steady, creative, outreaching life so that I may share with others what has been given to me. Given. Given means freely, means unconditional. May I realize on this Declaration of Independence Day that I, too, have a celebration of freedom, freedom from my addiction. Today I'll remember to celebrate my personal freedom. And that's the thing. We only tend to talk in AA in these books. We only tend to, oh, yeah, happy 4th. I'll tell you what, I don't give a fuck. I don't do holidays. So, I mean, I do. No, I don't. Okay. But it isn't just freedom from the addiction. It's freedom from the devil him fucking self, man. There was a battle for your soul and you didn't even know it. I didn't. I didn't realize it. There was a battle for my soul. God won. Thank God God won. But I had to make those decisions. It was presented to me quite clearly. Dion, death or sobriety. God pick one. I chose sobriety. And it was tough. Took me, even once I decided sobriety was what I wanted, it still took me 2 years to get off the hooch. Still took me 2 years. So when I talk about my freedoms from my old self, because that's really what it is, I was keeping myself in, the Eagles say it best, all these old songs, the cage you're locked in is one that you put yourself in. So maybe freedom can be a state of mind, right? But I think the main thing when it comes to this is we need to allow everybody to be free who they are, period, or there is no freedom. There is no true freedom. Am I truly free? Fuck no. No. Government's got their thumb on us like no tomorrow. It scares me. A little bit. I think I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that. My political views don't matter here. And government and politics has nothing to do with recovery. Neither should they have any say-so. Neither should we take their money. There we go. Not taking money is a freedom. See, because of the fact that I don't ask people for money, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Okay. And what I want is to help other people. Now I am free of that. Okay. I'm making it. I'm fine. Some weeks are ramen, some weeks are not. That's just how life is. And I've never had an absorbent amount of money. So to me, it doesn't matter. If you're like, Dion, you'll make a lot of money. Are we going to be helping people? If I wanted to make a lot of money, I would have already done it. I'm a pretty smart, astute guy, but my morals will not allow me to do it because I'm not going to screw. Even when I was drinking in sales, I used to sell credit card machines. I'm good at it. And but my motto was that I was not going to duck into aisle 4 because I saw a customer of mine. No. Okay. I'll give you an idea. There was one, I remember these people. I'll drive by and see if I doubt they are. It was just this young couple, and they made great t-shirts. They were really fucking cool, and I'm not usually into that stuff, right? And they were just starting their place. It was, and not in the best area. And those credit card machines can get pretty expensive because they mark them up like you would not fucking believe. Okay. The machine cost me $100. I charged them $150. And I told them, I said, the machine cost me $100. I'm going to charge you $150. I need to make a little bit of profit. Right? Did I make a lot of money off of them? Nah, not really. Not really. But one day, I went to a Billy Joel concert. And that person happened to be the, I forget what they're called now, the person that takes you to your seat. I got much better seats. Yeah. Was it worth it? You bet your ass I love Billy Joel. I was so much closer because I made a decision to help somebody else out, and it came back around to me. That's freedom. That's being able to do what it is that you need to do to be able to carry on. So, all right. I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. Peace out and have a day.